Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2025 recap of Crunch Time with the N3260. In today's episode, we will be recapping all the memorable moments of 2025. Now, please sit back and enjoy the best moments of Crunch Time's 2025.
This one could be close. Prime KD or Prime Kobe.
This one is extremely interesting, but dude, I can't give it to KD as much as I hate KD. I mean, he's a 7-foot guard who is just unreal.
Look, KD, he can score in more ways. I think he's the better player if you just look at exactly how good they are at the sport. I'm not talking about greatness. I'm not talking about relative to the rest of the league. KD is the better player. Give me Kobe, man. This guy was on. You just look at it, obviously, again, I think KD's better. Kobe, not too bad himself, but you got one guy who's I'll go join the 73-win team.
True.
And you got one guy who's
absolutely
screw my torn Achilles. I'm going to shoot you free throws.
Yeah.
And that's the difference here.
True.
And
I agree.
That's what I'm going with.
I could get behind that for sure.
Give me Prime Kobe, just because that dude, the Mamba mentality, we all know it, especially in today's NBA when, everybody's these soft tissue injuries and not playing back-to-backs and sitting out because they're unhappy with the organization. Screw that. Kobe didn't do any of that. He said, I'm going to play basketball. So I'm going to take Kobe, well recognizing that KD is the better player. But I'm going with Kobe. I'm going with Kobe.
Absolutely.
Our next
full right now. Do you see that number in the corner, Tanner?
Yeah, I do. I saw it earlier.
That's the most disgusting basketball number.
Real quick tangent. That is my most my biggest old man take is has to do with basketball numbers.
What? 99?
My biggest old man yells at cloud take. Ready? Here it is. Go back to the old basketball numbers should not be above 55. That's my take.
On board with that.
And I'm okay because you used to not be allowed. You can only do 0 through 5, 11 through 15, 21 through 25, 31 through 35, 41 through 45, 51 through 55. So the refs can do the number of the foul. I'm okay with single digits. I'm okay with 5 through 10.
Yeah.
I don't love 17, 18. I don't love 27, 28.
Yeah.
That's my old man take. Give me numbers you should be able to have 1 through 15, 21 through 25, 31 through 35, 41 through 45. I can get on board with that. 55. That's what you should be able to have on a basketball. 99. I remember one year with Carmelo Anthony when the Knicks were really good. They went out and they got a pretty big a veteran pickup, but a guy who had been around the block, and Baron Davis played 1 year with the Knicks.
Yeah.
And they were pretty good. Do you happen to know what number he wore?
Was he 85?
85. It was the most disgusting thing. And even Luka Doncic 77.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
It looks so bad,
that's
man.
Too gross.
It looks so
Especially
bad.
Especially in that yellow.
What are these numbers?
Yeah.
So that's my take. We need to go back to that old number system, but who knows? But yeah.
All right, we got some breaking news coming out of the Iowa men's basketball program. Fran McCaffery is out as the Iowa men's basketball coach, and the search for the new men's basketball coach will begin immediately. Who do y'all think would be a great hire? Let us know. Sound off in the comments below. Well, we got some heartbreaking news, Iowa fans. Darian DeVries has been named the Indiana men's basketball head coach. So, where do the Hawks go from here? Do they go after Ben McCollum out of Drake? Or do they find someone not a lot of people are talking about? It seems Ben McCollum is the front runner right now, but we'll see. Sound off in the comments below.
March. The month where legends are made and dreams are crushed. The buzzer beaters, the Cinderellas, the heartbreak, the chaos. It's a time of the year when the improbable becomes the possible. where underdogs rise and giants fall. Every dribble and every shot carries the weight of a dream. The dream of being forever remembered, or a dream that is shattered in an instant. In the blink of an eye, a season can change. A clutch steal, a decisive rebound, a shot that seems to defy time. All can be the difference between glory and heartbreak. Every team is chasing one thing. One winner, 67 losers. The time where the strongest are tested and the unlikeliest of heroes emerge. The road is uncertain, but that's what makes it unforgettable. And in the heart of it all, there's always a shining moment. When a player hits that unforgettable shot, a team makes a run no one saw coming. In a single play comes a piece of history. This is a month that leaves its mark. And the memories will last long after the confetti falls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to March. The madness is here.
Woo! Damn! Pig, baby! Let's go. Down goes St. John's! Woo damn pig. Let's go, baby. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ben McCollum is the new head basketball coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes, coming from Drake, went 31-4, certified winner. Definitely going to be a change in Iowa City this upcoming basketball season. Going to be fun to watch, so be on the lookout as we react next season.
Here it is again. Look at Williams. Drop steps back to that.
I'm stunned. Why do you not call a timeout there, Coach Cal? Oh, but it was so close. The silent assassins, the Houston Cougars, the fourth number one seed nobody was talking about. We heard Auburn, we heard Duke, we heard Florida. But you forgot about Kelvin Sampson and them Houston Cougars that dominated throughout the season of the Big 12, and they continued their dominance throughout March. We had them take on what everyone was considering a underseeded Gonzaga Bulldogs team, took care of business there. Then went on to play one of the best college basketball players, Braden Smith, and the Purdue Boilermakers. Don't care. Not a problem. Then went on to take the SEC, Tennessee Volunteers, wax the floor. And what happens tonight? They take down the undisputed giants of college basketball, headlined by the consensus number one NBA prospect we've seen in years. But who comes out on top? The silent assassins. The Houston Cougars move on to the championship to take on the Florida Gators. Are the Florida Gators the next victim? Stay tuned for Monday. It's going to be must watch. Stay tuned for that. But wow. Houston upsets the Duke Blue Devils to move to the Natty. So, let me get this straight. Game 1 comes down to the wire. Jaylen Brown gets absolutely clamped by Mikal Bridges. Move on to Game 2. Almost a must-win for the Celtics at home. Can't go down 0-2. Jason Tatum gets ball, 12 seconds left. And what happens? The Knicks lock his ass up. Knicks go up 2-0. Woo! Celtics fraud, some are saying.
My winner has to be Caitlin Clark and her effect on the WNBA. The Fever took on Brazil's national team this past weekend at Carver Hawkeye, Caitlin Clark made her return home, and damn near everyone tuned in, Tanner. The statistics on the viewership, it drew in 1.3 million viewers, which is more watched than any NBA preseason game since 2018, all but two NBA preseason games since 2010. And to be honest, Tanner, I'm not all that impressed with comparing preseason basketball numbers because let's be frank, how many people really watch them? But the one that really caught my eye, Tanner, is Caitlin Clark's preseason game, which they won like 108-48, had more viewers than game one of the 2024.
See that one's tough.
Yeah.
That one is tough. I mean, absolute. It's so cool to see. Obviously, no city loves anyone as much as Iowa City loves Caitlin Clark. And it was pretty awesome to see. And you see the reaction from a lot of the Fever teammates. Like there was it Kelsey Mitchell? Is that her name? Who played at Ohio State? Was usually on the wrong end of all those fans, and was like this, like she made a shot and she went in and like the stadium reached like 116 decibels. Which obviously someone who went to Ohio State isn't a big fan. Iowa fans aren't the biggest fan, but it didn't matter because they were all in the Fever and they were just loving everything the Fever had. So it was pretty awesome. Aaliyah Boston talking about it. Obviously, Caitlin Clark in Iowa ended Aaliyah Boston's college career at South Carolina. So could be some bad blood there, but she was loving all the attention. It was just
even
awesome.
Brazil, as they were getting their asses kicked.
Yup.
After the game, and Caitlin Clark played 19 minutes, 16 points. I mean, her stat line was insane. But even Brazil's players were like going up to her, asking her for an autograph post game. There was a clip that surfaced where Caitlin Clark, like during a free throw, asked, "Is this the coach? Is this the biggest crowd you've ever played?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, by far." Which that is the Caitlin Clark effect. Everywhere she goes, seats are filled. There's not an open seat in the arena, and that's why we're seeing so many WNBA teams switching to bigger facilities, bigger arenas this upcoming season when the Fever come to town.
But I will say that I watched the WNBA for Angel Reese, so
it's true.
None of this matters to me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's incredible stuff. She's absolutely electric and must see TV for sure. So shout out Iowa City, shout out the Fever and the WNBA for just allowing this to happen. Like I feel like you never see like I don't know, like Joe Burrow play a preseason game at down in Death Valley. Yeah. But like it's just cool. It's just really cool stuff.
Yesterday they were going off about how Aaron Rodgers has not shown up for the first day of OTAs for the Steelers.
Yeah, well, in their defense, they do have good sources because he did not, in fact, show up to the first OTAs for the.
That's true.
That is. I also didn't show up for the OTAs for the Steelers.
Yeah, dude.
Something in common that we didn't show up to the Steelers OTAs. Anything else we have in common? Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely absurd. The topic was, should the Steelers move on from Rodgers and pursue Kirk Cousins? Because Cousins is at least on the Steelers' radar. And they were talking about how he did. Joy Taylor was talking about how Aaron Rodgers didn't show up. And, it's like he isn't signed with them. That's crazy.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, again, Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, they also didn't show up for OTAs for the Steelers.
Sure, there's a lot of people that aren't signed to Steelers that didn't show up for OTAs.
That's too good, man. That is too good. Breaking news. I said it before. I do not hate the Pacers. I officially hate the Pacers. Losing to them in back-to-back years, I officially hate the Pacers. I hate the Pacers. Of course, this is, a sports hate. I hate the Pacers in the same way that you would hate a team that's going to eliminate you in back-to-back postseasons. I hate the Pacers in the same way their star player went to a college I hate and is now going to eliminate you in back-to-back postseasons. I hate the Pacers in the same way that their star player hit you with the choke.
That was tough.
The shot didn't even win the game, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Because they still went on to win the game.
Uh-huh.
If there's anything to look like, rattle your cage and be like, we cannot lose this
For real.
open game as someone stands
For real, dude.
right to your fans and your team, and you still don't win the game.
Yeah.
I don't. The Pacers are the Knicks' kryptonite. They're the voodoo magic. They will just always beat the Knicks. Going back to Paul George and the Pacers teams versus the Melo teams. Now in this iteration, back-to-back years, same story.
Yeah.
Last year we were injured and we still went to Game 7. This year we're just going to go out sad. The good news about us is we have 2 of the 3. Obviously, us and the T-Wolves, same spot, trying to make a 3-1 comeback. The Knicks, 2 of their last 3 games are home, so maybe if they can just ride the wave at home, which they're 0-2 in the series, by the way.
Yeah.
But they can capture the magic at home, get MSG rocking, and then steal one in Indianapolis. But, man, tough, really tough stuff. So the first pick in the Give Me 5 sports TV shows, I got to do it. It is in the news, just ended. I got to do it. It was always my go-to as a kid. To this day, nobody knows how the points work. R.I.P. Around the Horn.
Wow. 1-1 around the horn.
Yep, Around the Horn. It lasted this long. Dude, it was so good. Around the Horn was so good.
Though.
Yes, it was. Yes. You're capping now.
It's a good show if you know how the score works.
That was the best.
That making a good TV show. That's a crazy 1-1. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
So around the horn, huh?
Yeah. The Horn.
Interesting.
We got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Knicks fire head coach Tom Thibodeau today, about 5 minutes ago. Tweet from Shams confirmed it. Yeah, it's a big day. Obviously, Tom Thibodeau. I've said it on the pod. I'm very grateful to what he did for the New York Knicks, taking us out of the gutter. But man, it seemed like it was time. Things weren't clicking, and the bench issues time and time again, getting injured when it mattered. But seems like this might be an off-season of change for the New York Knicks. Looks like they're looking to revamp the roster and obviously now get a new head coach. A little surprised that it happened so quick. I thought if it were to happen, it would take more time than this, but I guess they decided this was the time to strike. So yeah, interesting decision by the New York Knicks. Not really sure how I feel about it yet, but Knicks Nation, we thank you, Tom Thibodeau. Wish you best of luck, but now we got to go get ourselves a coach, maybe revamp this roster, and then beat the Pacers next year.
Pardon my French, but holy shit. Gage Wood of the Arkansas Razorback put on an absolute pitching clinic to help the Hogs win 3-0 over Murray State. He pitched the third no-hitter in Men's College World Series. He was absolutely phenomenal. He pitched all 9 innings, of course, had 19 Ks, and he was just one hit by pitch away from a perfect game, and that happened in like the 8th or 9th inning. Absolutely phenomenal performance by Gage Wood. So hats off to you, sir, and welcome to the history books of college baseball.
Series a few years ago, and now you're going to look back on this inning as one of the wildest innings we've ever seen on a baseball field. We will see you tomorrow.
Just an absolute heartbreaker for the Hogs in Omaha. So many mental errors down the stretch. So many opportunities missed. Alloy not making the double play. A diving catch being missed. A line drive going off the tip of a glove. It was just not the Hogs' day. I'm heartbroken for the Hogs. Would love to see them move on to tomorrow and fight for a trip to the finals, but I've never seen a team have worse luck in the College World Series. Absolutely heartbreaking for the Hogs.
Thunder up, baby! NBA champions, let's go! But he was supposed to be like the top guy coming out of college, high school, and he dropped. He dropped from like a projected lottery pick, like pick 47. This is how short he is. That's why I did that. Oh, jeez.
Oh man! For those of you,
All right, we're back. We're back.
those of you on the podcast feed,
That's tough.
did you
I accidentally hit it.
He
Yeah.
accidentally hit his lever and his chair just sunk in the middle of
Yeah.
him talking. So that was very funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
This story's crazy, Tanner.
We'll run through it one more time for our listeners. God mode. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Dangerously close. We have Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud. Could be him. Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield. Weekly roller coaster. We got Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith, Bryce Young. Please sit down. Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, Baby Faces, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, Cam Ward, and Tyler Shaw. It's a pretty good list.
I like
That's
it.
a pretty good list.
Surely
Tanner.
no one will have any comments, right?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, the best appetizer 1-1. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The triple dipper from Chili's.
Oh, all right. Triple dipper from Chili's.
Oh, so we got 3 appetizers?
It's one item on the menu, is it not?
Oh no, I was just curious. I don't know if it was going to be like we're going to get to choose a food or we have to pick the specific item. But
I mean,
that
I wouldn't say that like I think you can still choose mozzarella sticks even though they're in that, but I mean I think that's a valid appetizer.
yeah. I mean, you can't eat the triple dipper. You eat stuff around the triple dipper. But I'm down. Great pick.
I've officially given up on the season. As far as I'm concerned, my mental health is with a rookie, essentially a rookie quarterback now, and JJ McCarthy, and this team is I've given up on them. But yeah, it's rough.
Way.
Cheers, 999, baby.
Let's go.
One down?
One down.
You're crazy for that.
Our feelings, but we're here.
Screw it, man. Why not? I got a dog down.
Dog down.
There we go. There we go.
Is that one for the boy?
I'm officially on pace 2. Dog number 2.
Papa first. We have 4 dogs down, 2 drinks. Let's go.
Got 3? 3 dogs down.
3 dogs for the kid.
This team, he's out actually, so that'll be overturned. Love that for us.
That's 2 drinks.
Ooh.
Got 2 drinks.
And I think that's a cheat code we just found out.
Love that. Good thing we're not doing the Cubs Pirates, because they are.
I enjoyed that.
That's another drink for me.
Bad idea.
All right, so I'm a third done, Tanner.
Look at that.
I think that's my 4th dog, Tanner.
Wow, yeah, you're officially in the lead.
Go us. We're kind of killing it.
What is that? Is that 8 dogs, 5 beers in?
There we go.
Just this full beer right here is just looking at me like 4th beer, huh? 4th.
Look at that big Dumpy's up to bat.
I was hoping this is New Jersey, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
I think he should have gone with the ones they're wearing today.
No, I think those are hideous. Hideous jerseys. But the Mariners jerseys are so cool. I love the teal ones.
That's another dog for me. So I'm seeing that 5
He's
and 4.
cooking right now. Ever. Period.
Set us with this stream.
Yeah, correct. We're content gold.
Alright, that's 6 dogs. Dogs are going down like butter. So,
We should put it on the reception.
yeah. I mean, we are
I got another dog down.
54 in 8 minutes.
Oh, I needed that burp so bad.
Alright, that's 5 drinks for moi. You almost done? Is that 4?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Alright, you're 5 dogs, 4 drinks. You're
That's
killing
9
it.
of 18.
You're killing it.
By the way, this guy is just.
That's 7 dogs.
Cannot be stopped right now.
That's it. 6 drinks.
You're crazy. This guy is going crazy.
I want you to
I finished my beer.
Alright, that's 8 dogs. So I got one more dog.
You're going crazy with dogs, bro. Dog down.
Dog down!
I changed it already.
Okay. So you're 6'5".
6'5". I shouldn't have said anything. I should have let you change it to 7.
Sorry. No. We don't do that here. We're not Michigan.
Surely that's a purchase 2 tea time. 3. All right. That'll work.
That's 7 drinks.
You're bananas, dude. You got this in the bag. I need some help. Dogs are done for him. Let's go.
Shout out Dana, she's tuned in.
That's 6.
That's 6. Shout out Dana.
This is something else, man. You're sitting as good as you can be. That's crazy, Hoss. You got
Is that another? Or
yeah, it's 7th dog.
7 dog?
We should have 2 more dogs in there. I'm struggling. Your brother here is an absolute bottomless pit. I'm struggling hard.
That's the 9. 9, y'all. That's the 999. Let's go! That he is the man. Come on, y'all! That's cute. Airless tissue. So that's
7.
7. So you need.
Yes, Pete. Yes. 3-0 Mets.
No, but I appreciate y'all.
Hot dog number 8.
Let's go! Let's go!
I need you on the line.
You need.
Call on in the closer.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all.
You're gonna finish that beer before I finish mine. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. I'm bitch made. No shot, dude. This guy, man.
Let's go! You want me to just cane it?
No. Give me something to finish so I can feel triumphant about myself. No recollection. You're sick. You are absolutely.
Let's go, boys! Go!
We need some W's for Sam, man. What an absolute legend.
Let's go! Come on, y'all! We got this, y'all! One more drink. One more drink. One more drink. One more drink. We need to help our boy finish the dang thing, y'all. Come on! Let's go, y'all! Let's go! Some people came in this chat saying we couldn't do this. They said, "Oh, you'd fall short on the dogs. You'd fall short on the drinks." Not us. Not us. The N326 duo is built different, y'all. That's the 999 challenge. We did it. Tanner Dislin, Sam Gotzi. Let's go, baby! And the Mets. We might top it off with a Mets
One
win,
more
y'all.
out. One more
Let's
out.
go. Come on. Show some love. Shout out,
Let's
everybody.
go.
Shout out, everybody that's tuned into the chat for real, y'all. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. CrunchTime_pod.
Ball back to the pitcher. Mets win, baby.
And a Mets
I'm
win.
back.
And a Mets
In the
win,
New
y'all.
York Groove.
999 challenge
back.
done by the
Back in
Crunch
the New
Time
York
and
Groove.
326 duo. Some people say we couldn't do it.
Some
but
people said the
we
Mets couldn't
did
do
it. Some people said the Mets couldn't do it, but they got it done. 3-1 Mets win. 999 challenge dub. And let's go. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. CrunchTime_pod. X, TikTok, Instagram. It's been fun, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
That was an absolute blast.
Absolute blast.
All right, we got some breaking news out of the Dallas Cowboys camp. Micah Parsons has been traded to the Green Bay Packers for a 26 and 27 first-round pick and all-pro defensive tackle, Kenny Clark. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
How are we doing today, my
Man,
friend?
we are doing good. Finally back after a long break. A tough time for both of us to go on a little vacation with the start of college football. But Tanner, today marks the 4-year anniversary of this pod. We're on episode 183, as you said, doing this for 4 years. That's about 46 episodes a year, which is absolutely crazy. I actually listened to the first episode today. It was 33 minutes with 3 of us, and it was one of the worst things I've listened to. It's so
tough.
robotic.
It's tough.
Over Zoom. We didn't even do video at that time, I believe. So there it's
We were
pretty
all over the
surreal.
place. You were in
Yeah.
our city. Keegan was here.
And
Des
you were
Moines,
in
I
New
was
York.
We
Yeah.
were all over the place. Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, shout out to everyone that supported over the past 4 years. Let's
4 more.
4 more.
Here's to
Why
4
not?
more. That's crazy. That's been 4 years already.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Tanner, but after week 1, I can't remember who Michigan played. New Mexico.
New Mexico.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They didn't really.
But there was this story that Bryce Underwood is one of the greatest freshman quarterbacks of all
I
time.
think I know where this is going, and if it is, this is a great take because I felt like I was taking loony pills.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of an overreaction, Tanner, because he looked.
Previously, I didn't think they were winning this game, and I was right. Obviously, with Oklahoma handling things, I felt like I was taking crazy pills watching that in Mexico and saying Bryce Underwood is like the best freshman of all time.
Yeah.
He made a few really good throws. You could tell he was a 5-star. You could tell
Yeah.
he had a ton of talent. They barely won that. I mean, air quote, barely
Barely.
compared to the spread and what they should have done. And with this now, ooh,
Yeah. I mean,
he's still a freshman. He's only had 2 starts, but
so you look at his passing stats. 9 for 24.
oh, by the way, just a quick interjection: 13 points, 2 field goals, a touchdown. The one touchdown was a 75-yard run.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
9 for 24,
Not good.
142 yards. You're like, oh shit, that's bad. 142 yards, I would consider bad.
Same.
Very inefficient.
That is not good.
So immediately I'm like, oh, this maybe he likes to run the ball. 3 rushes for -1 yards. I'm like, so yeah. So
So what's happening here?
naturally, where's the hype coming from? Because this is the first legit game, let's put it how it is, that we've seen this guy. But last week, people were calling for him to be in the Heisman. And he got absolutely outclassed at the quarterback position.
Because I felt like I was fancy with these takes. Did we watch the same football game against New Mexico?
I guess
We did. We did. They didn't. What? That's what you get when you get a couple of ball knowers.
Billy Napier is on the
He's
hottest seat right now in Tanner. We could talk about this game. If you want to dive deeper into this game itself, but I want to highlight what's coming up for Florida. Because
If you weren't going there, I was.
it is the highway to hell, Tanner.
It's the highway to
This-
the unemployment line.
I mean, just listen to this. Like, it is the travel down to Baton Rouge for a night game at Death Valley, one of the worst atmospheres. Then they go to Miami
Jesus.
the following weekend.
For those of you
They're-
counting, that's currently number 3 and number 5 in the nation.
let's just add to it October 4th,
I mean, what comes after 3? Naturally 3, 5.
7.
Ah, there we go.
Texas Longhorns, led by, of course, Arch Manning. And then they go down to College Station. Where
16.
they take on A&M. And then what was considered an easier opponent when you first got the schedule, Mississippi State, who just beat number 11 Arizona
They
State.
had the biggest win in their program since Dak was there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they play Georgia, number 6 right now at home. They play Kentucky, who's not
They're
good.
bad. Yeah.
But neither is Florida, so who knows what that's going to be like. Then they travel to Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss. Then they play Tennessee at home. And then finish, of course, with the Battle of Florida against Florida State. So, Tanner, they have 2 opponents left that are not ranked currently.
Yeah, that's 8. That is 8 opponents who are.
I mean,
And you already have a loss on your schedule.
South Florida.
Yeah, this is an absolute gauntlet. Billy Napier, get ready
I mean,
to learn unemployment.
best case scenario,
Best case
to
scenario.
go 2-6.
Best case scenario would be you beat Mississippi State, you beat Kentucky, and maybe you win one of the rankings.
I think auto losses. LSU.
Yeah.
I think Miami is a loss.
Yep. I don't think they're winning in College Station. Kyle Field's gonna be crazy.
Georgia, I think, is an auto loss.
They're being Georgia.
Even though it's at home. I think
Are they going into Athens?
honestly, I think the best case scenario is they get 3 wins. Because
maybe
I think their best case.
maybe you can beat Tennessee at home. Maybe.
I'm looking at Florida State at home, rivalry game. We all know rivalry games. It throw away records at that point, but it is the Florida Gators we are talking about. And weeks before that, you play Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Yeah,
this is
crazy.
this is hands down the hardest schedule I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is an absolute gauntlet. Do they win 5 games? Yes or no?
No.
Just want to no. And I don't think they do either.
I mean,
I think maybe the like you said, Florida State maybe rivalry, but then at that point also, you're week 12. If Florida, who's preseason number 15, is 3-9 or 3-8 at that point, are they getting up to play this game?
yeah. Where's their bye week? Do you have it?
Yeah, after Miami, so between Miami and Texas. Doesn't matter. It's not winning either of those games.
Oh. God bless the Florida Gator faithful, because it is going to be rough this year.
Yep. Every rookie quarterback, I think, in the history of mankind would have just packed it. Let's hand the ball off. Let's just get out of here. Watch the film, because the Vikings are home next week. Return home and figure it out. Everyone except for JJ McCarthy. Mentally, he is something different. And listening to some of the Vikings talk about it, they said the entire offense picked up after he threw the pick. Again, every rookie is just probably thinking through his own head, oh my God, what did I just do? The team hates me. I ruined this game. He looked at everyone in the offense and he said, where else would you rather be than right here?
Yeah.
And everyone and all the offense was like, damn it, you're right. Let's play football. And we all know the fourth quarter that happened.
Yeah.
So, but it's not, that's not going to understate what he's meant to the program. He was, once upon a time, the hottest name in college coaching. He could have left to go to a major school, and I think he could have left to go to the NFL multiple times in his tenure, but he decided not to and stayed with us. And that loyalty is appreciated, because if he would have left when he was in the height of his career, we would have been a really rough spot. Probably rougher than it is right now, just with everything falling apart and trying to fill that void. So that loyalty is appreciated by Iowa fans. He's a legend. He absolutely deserves a statue at just outside of Kinnick Stadium somewhere. Kirk Ferentz is Iowa football, and that, because it seems like his prime is behind them and he does need to retire, does not take away what he's meant to this program. I still love Kirk Ferentz with all my heart. I've never known Iowa football to be anything different. Neither have you. But shout out Kirk Ferentz. My only thing I can say is that build the statue. He should get a statue, and that's what he means to the program.
Yeah, absolutely. As much as we bash on him, there's no doubt that he is the face of Iowa football, like you said. I mean, we literally know nothing different. I was 3 days old when he got hired at Iowa, which is absurd. Just, it's gonna be weird when he decides to hang it up. And yeah, shout out Kirk Ferentz. As much as we bash on him, and like you said, I think it is deserved at this point. It has been a tremendous 26 years now.
Wow.
It's insane.
It
seems the Arkansas faithful is kind of on cruise control already, which is really sad. But they're just trying to get that Pittman buyout lowered.
That's it.
That's why if his buyout wasn't so ridiculous, he would have been fired last year.
Definitely.
It
Without
because I think they have the talent to be good, and when you have the talent and aren't winning, you have to look at the coaching staff, and it's very, very bleak for the Hog faithful now on. First off, this is kind of a two-part question. Do you think they should still be ranked?
I'm gonna say yes, because to be honest with you, it's mainly because I want to encourage teams to schedule tough games in their non. I understand they're 0-2. They've played Texas A&M and Miami. Miami is a top 5 team in the nation right now. They played them on the road. Texas A&M, this is a tough one, and went back and forth. You're a botched extra point away from going to overtime, and a missed holding call away from winning. So I'm going to go with yes. I understand they're 0-2, but I what I don't want to happen is I don't want who I think is still a good football team to schedule tough games in the early part of their schedule, to lose against the top 5 team on the road and then lose a back and forth game against another like good football team, then to just fall out of the rankings. I don't want to punish that, but they lost, so you should punish it. But I don't want to like be overly punitive. I think in the high 20s is probably right where they should be, which I think is where they are, right?
They're 24th.
I think that's fine. What do you think?
I think they should be unranked. I think any team this early in the season 0-2 is crazy, especially when you have them ranked above an undefeated team. I think personally, I don't think the AP poll is worth a shit to begin with.
Right.
I think is one of the worst. We obviously have seen the news 2 weeks ago about AP voter basically saying, why does it matter where I put teams when
she's correct?
She's correct, but that's absurd to say.
Yeah, it's terrible to say.
Correct. But like, sure, Notre Dame 0-2 ranked, that's fine. But then you have teams that were ranked that just are completely out, like South Florida. They got smacked, but to have them drop out, the South Carolina losing, they dropped out. It's too early to be complaining really about the AP poll, but I do think it's kind of crazy that an 0-2 team is still ranked. I think it's like the first time in history that has happened. I do think there is a little bias here with the Notre Dame brand being so popular, but
I get that. I mean, my response to that would be like the common opponent with, like, USF got smacked by Miami. Notre Dame lost by 3.
A loss is a loss, though. Like at the end of the day, both teams lost.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Like it's one of those where if you don't rank them, I don't think we'll ever like.
I just don't know why we're giving them rewards for losing. That's my thing.
I get it. It's yeah. I get it. Yeah, it's a total of 4 points to 2 good opponents. But yes, I do like a winless team after, because technically we're going into week 4. Yeah. A winless team going into week 4 ranked is tough. It's a unique scenario because it's also Notre Dame where they have to get in there. They have to pad their strength of schedule early because we know how much they struggle to get top 25 teams in their schedule because everyone's playing conference games and they're independent. So they have to get them in early. So their season's done. Like they're not going anywhere. They're done. They needed to win these games to pad their schedule. They're done. They are toast. Notre Dame is not going anywhere this year.
So that brings Burrow went down with a turf toe injury, and seems it is pretty serious. Sideline
It's a
him
grade 3.
for at least 3 months now. Tanner, we kind of talked about this last week. The Bengals really haven't done much.
Almost lost to the Jags at home.
Almost lost to
No,
Jags.
they're done. They're
They're
done.
we were talking about eventually this Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins door is going to shut. And with the injury history of Joe Burrow, and add another page to that, it's looking very, very bleak for Cincinnati and the Bengals faithful.
Yeah, no, Cincinnati is done. Especially with the way Baltimore's looking, that division is over. You try to look for a maybe you can sneak in as a wild card. I don't know, but you're not going to win with Jake Browning, or maybe he'll be back for a potential playoff. But anyway, like the team's just not built to withstand an injury like that to one of their star players. So Cincinnati, their season is as good as done. Now, again, fortunately for them, they play Carson Wentz next week, so maybe they can get a win there. But it's tough for the Bengals. Again, not that I was high on them anyway, but
the story of this game is, when are we going to actually start to ref the tush push as blatant cheating?
I got to be honest, man. I was too afraid to say it. I was on team ban the tush push. Did I ever say it on the podcast? I can't remember if I did or not.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because I was scared. Because I was getting it. I hate that play. I think it is an absolute cancer to football. First off, it's just not football. Second off, it is illegal for a linebacker to get behind a defensive lineman and just push him forward to get penetration. That is not allowed. Why can they do it the other way?
Yeah.
Also, it is illegal in the NFL to line up in the neutral zone. The neutral zone, you hear that term, enter the neutral zone. What is the neutral zone? The neutral zone is a line that is the length of the football. That is the line of scrimmage. That is the neutral zone. However long the football is, that's the area of the neutral zone. You cannot line up in the neutral zone on offense or on defense. Look up a random play and look where the offensive linemen are lined up. That is how you play football. You are not allowed to be in the neutral zone. Look how they line up in the tush push.
It's insane.
All 5 linemen are in the neutral zone. That is not allowed. That is not a legal football play. And now you saw that both guards jumped way early, not called. This is not a legal football play.
They were on the ground, because we all know they just kind of leap forward, and both of them were on the ground before the ball was even hit.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
That's not legal. That is not legal.
And it happened 3 separate times in the fourth.
Yeah, and the response to this is going to be, well, why don't they just ref it correctly? It's been going on for 4 years now, and they haven't refed it correctly at all. You need to get it out of the game. You do. The tush push needs to be banned. That's my take. That's a take I've had for a bit, and I've just been too scared to say it, because I feel like anyone who said tush push needs to be banned, they just got completely...
Yeah.
But, to me, you cannot do it on the defensive side of the football. Plus, the offense, the way the Eagles run it, is not legal football. It needs to go. It needs to go.
Yeah. I'm on board with banning the tush push. I know people are going to come after this podcast. So you just stop it. But when you're blatantly cheating,
it needs to go. It's not legal. The tush push is not. Now, the Eagles, why the Eagles are so good at it is because their quarterback can squat a million bajillion pounds, and their offensive line is huge. If you take it out of the game and they run a QB sneak, they'll be equally as good as it. If you even the playing field across the board, they will be as still really good at QB sneaking, but at least they'll do it legal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't. It's nothing to do with the Eagles. We all know how much I hate the Eagles. It's everything to do with the fact that the play is just not legal. The way
Yeah.
they run the play is not legal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not fun to watch. It's a terrible product of the NFL, and it honestly is insanely marketed as a good thing, which is absurd to me.
Major drama down the stretch of the MLB season. Last couple games. The last game, 162, is on Sunday. We got a lot to talk about. Playoff races are going crazy. Mets, Reds, Diamondbacks, all fighting for that last NL wildcard spot. In the American League, the Tigers are collapsing. The Guardians have passed them. If Detroit ends up with that last American League wildcard spot, they will end up having to play Cleveland, the team they just choked their division lead to. It's going to be crazy. So many things to talk about. But let's head over to some personal awards here. Cal Raleigh hit his 60th home run last night. One of the best seasons, probably the best season ever for a catcher. 60 home runs. He's one of only 7 players in MLB history to hit 60-plus home runs. That is crazy in a season. Of course, then we got to go to the MVP because Aaron Judge is still doing Aaron Judge things. 52 home runs on the year. He's hitting above 320. I think his OPS plus is over 200. I mean, the guy is just insane. So now we got to talk about the MVP race. Look, both are incredibly impressive. It sucks that they both did it in the same year because they're both MVP seasons. But, like, I got to be honest, it's hard not to root for Cal Raleigh in this scenario. I just get so bored with Ohtani and Judge every year. So, damn it, give me Cal Raleigh for MVP, man. It's just so impressive. And, obviously, he's playing plus defense as a catcher. Really hard to do and hit 60 home runs. A switch hitting catcher, I might add. So, the end of the baseball season has been awesome. Fireworks everywhere. The playoffs start on Tuesday, actually. So there'll be a lot to talk about with baseball coming up. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on the end of the season, the Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge debate.
Breaking news coming out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Sam Pittman has officially been fired after close losses to Ole Miss and Memphis, and then getting blown out by Notre Dame this past weekend. Sam Pittman is officially fired as head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas fans, you can rejoice.
Still, I'm not buying Caleb Williams. I think they should have scored 50 points in this one. The amount of easy, wide open throws he missed was astounding, Tanner. But with that being said, Rome Odunze is an absolute dog.
Good, man.
Every
good.
reception he had, there's no one within 10 yards of him. But
3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks for Rome Odunze.
absolutely,
He looks good.
what a stud. But is he that good, or did he just play the Cowboys secondary?
That's
And we got to talk about our guy. Trinidad Chambliss went crazy this game. Had 314 yards passing. A huge impact running the offense. Was the glue that kept Ole Miss together in this one. Now, Tanner, we've kind of talked about this guy multiple weeks now. Is this guy becoming a real SEC star, or is he just on an incredible hot streak?
I think he's becoming an SEC star.
Dude, he's a stud.
Dude, I think my official take after this game is that he is in my top 3 quarterbacks to watch this year.
And the other two?
I think number 1 is John Mateer,
Yeah.
because watching him throw the football is.
Yeah.
I think Chambliss might be number 2.
Yeah.
I think number 3 I'm going to put Diego Pavia in there because he's what college football is all about. Just like a 6-year senior who just won't leave college football and is awesome and is bringing a program that's not a great football program, and he's leading the success. But anyway, we're talking about all these scenarios where Alabama's dead, but then they get this win over. But is Georgia now down? Is Kirby Smart lost a step? Maybe just SEC has.
Yeah.
Maybe just all of the SEC has lost a step. That's not what people
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah.
They're all just like, maybe they're all just mid, and it's just a bunch of mid beating each
Mhm.
other, or mid. I should say mid as in like middle of the pack top 25. So
Yeah.
good, but not elite.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like that's what it's looking like right now. You and Kean, obviously Kean, a former co-host, Packer fan, you guys should consider yourselves lucky that this tie happened the same day that the New York Mets finished off one of the most disappointing, one of the biggest collapses I've ever seen
Yeah.
in 27 years on this earth. Because damn it, I did not have any energy to troll. And it is a crying shame that I caught a little bit of a wind at the end of the game, but I just didn't have it in me to hate, didn't have it in me to troll, didn't have it in me to mention. Well, we almost got one of the best all-time Jordan Love brain fart moments.
Oh
at the
my
end of the
God.
game.
I can't believe that sequence.
Me neither. And I just didn't have it in me because the New York goddamn Mets. But this game was awesome. Lots to talk about on this episode. You know what it is. We're in October, so we've got about 15 different sports going on, full slate of football. Give a quick MLB update. Also, I believe yesterday was the start of NHL.
NHL started yesterday.
So, and then basketball, NBA starts at the end of the month, I believe, the 20th, 21st, something like that.
Something like that.
So, a lot. I mean, October is the best time.
Go Cubs, go, baby. Let's go. What a performance by the Cubbies tonight. Matt Boyd was phenomenal from the jump. The bats were on fire. I mean, Michael Busch, Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Nico Horner, all on fire tonight. But job's not finished. We'll see y'all Saturday. Game 5.
I mean, this is the worst loss. I firmly believe this is the worst loss of all time. I mean, I think it's worse than App State, Michigan.
App State, Michigan. I tell you,
UCLA was winless without a head coach, Tanner.
one of the more surprising outcomes. I'm trying to think. One that immediately jumps off the page to me is Notre Dame,
Northern Illinois. It's
I was
definitely up there.
Hindsight in that game is obviously very helpful because it literally didn't matter. They still made
Yeah.
the playoffs and made the championship game. So there was another one last year, wasn't there? I think the other one that other people were debating was the Michigan Ohio State loss.
Yeah.
It's up.
It's up there.
This was a shocking. The other option is a salary floor, which I think is better.
I think that's better.
It's better. My only concern would be it would NBA-ify it, meaning that just like role players, their salaries would just go way up.
Yeah.
So, owners would be like, oh, I've hit my salary floor. Like, and if the salary floor is, say $150 million, they would pay a third line starter ace money. So they would spend $150 million in $1.
Yeah.
And they would just like make it work.
Yeah.
Where they spend as little as possible. That would be my only reservation. I'm definitely more for a salary floor than a salary cap. SEC is the new Big 12.
Oh, wow. I love it. I mean, look at the scores from this weekend, dude.
45-42 in A&M, Arkansas. 43-35 in Georgia, Ole Miss. In Lexington, however, that's SEC ball I know and love. 16-13 Texas. Alabama scored 37.
Yeah.
Even going back in time, like the Georgia-Tennessee game was 44-41.
Yeah. Absurd.
That's the take of the day.
Yeah.
SEC is the new Big 12.
Clip that.
How about that?
Clip that.
How about that? I keep talking about the middle tier of the SEC, right? Because the elite of the SEC is pretty clearly A&M, Bama, Georgia. Right?
Yeah.
Then this middle pack, which I think Ole Miss is the best of that middle pack, but it's like Ole Miss, Tennessee, Oklahoma, probably Missouri is in there. Of teams that are like good, should be ranked. If they play like a middle tier, if they were to play like Northwestern, they'd beat the crap out of them. If they were to play
Yeah.
like, Minnesota, they would beat the crap out of them. Same with like a middle tier Big 12 team.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not, whenever they play the elite of the SEC, they're just not going to compete. And yeah, I think that's what we're getting here. So the middle tier that continues to maybe win a big game, lose a big game, all against each other, and then at the end of the season they're all ranked, 9 through 20, and that's how it is.
All right, breaking news coming from YouTube TV this morning. YouTube TV and Disney have not reached an agreement, so that means YouTube TV users lose out on ABC, ESPN, SEC Network, ESPN2, ESPN News, and ESPNU. So that puts your football weekend in jeopardy.
Dodgers. Let's just go Dodgers. Doesn't matter who they play.
5-0.
It doesn't matter. Money buys ships.
How many weeks ago on this pod? Maybe 2? Were we talking about who's playing Miami in the ACC championship game?
Yeah.
That's what we said on here. Out of the 14 teams, where do you think Miami is ranked within the ACC?
Middle of the pack now, maybe?
Dead on. 7th. They're 7th.
Yeah.
Virginia, Georgia Tech, Pitt, Louisville, SMU, Duke. Now all are ahead of Miami. Bears beat the Vikings. Oh boy, did JJ McCarthy look terrible.
Yeah.
He looked terrible. It's been really bad to start the season. Turnover machine. Look, this one is the one. This one is the one for me. Against Baltimore, there's a lot of talent on that defense. I thought one of the picks wasn't his fault. It was like a second and short where they take a shot and Justin Jefferson tripped, led to an easy pick. I'm fine with him taking that shot. You absolutely do that. This one is the one for me, Sam, because if you watched the game, I don't know if anything could have lined up better for JJ McCarthy. The Bears defense is terrible.
Yeah.
The Bears defense simply cannot rush the passer. The Vikings offensive line was tremendous today. He had all day to throw. He could move the pocket. He could do whatever he wanted in the backfield. So there was no pressure. It's against a bad defense. And wide receivers were wide open. And he just continued to miss wide receivers. Now, he didn't get a lot of help from his wide receivers. Sometimes he made a few really nice throws that were dropped. It was more often the case that he made a bad throw than a good throw that was dropped. And multiple just simple pitch and catch high school football type stuff he overthrew. Now, again, he led the drive to take the lead at 17-16 before the Bears came back and won it on a field goal. But again, it's like this situation in a 2-minute drill. I don't know. There's an all-22 picture. The Bears safeties were so deep because they were so afraid of getting beat by Justin Jefferson, which fair.
Yeah.
Jefferson's really good. Because of that, it was just like everything was open underneath and he was just taking advantage of it. So I guess it's like that last drive when you play 98% of the game, you play terrible and everything was in your favor. And I think Kevin O'Connell was starting to get annoyed.
Yeah.
Because I also think the playbook was, let's say, condensed for this game and for him, so he could really just get his feet under him, and he didn't. He looked terrible, Sam. This is really not good.
Yeah. He looked awful. There's no doubt about that.
So, I mean, he started 5 games. I don't really know what to do here. You have to think the P word is no longer, and you can't even mention the word playoffs with this team anymore. You can't lose a game to the Bears at home and then be like, oh, I think you play. No, they're done. They're not making the playoffs. Don't even mention it. The season has to be on McCarthy. Just do what you can to figure out what you have here. If you have anything, what he can and can't do. Obviously, this was not a good sign. You got to figure out what McCarthy is, because This has been bad.
Yeah.
This has been bad. The defense was pretty good as well, by the way. Now, one more team I want to touch on before we get into the Big Ten and SEC and their results of the week, because there's a team that is fascinating me right now because they have just been on an absolute roll and have probably two of the air quote best losses of the season, and that's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish side.
Yeah.
They obviously, we know, lost to Miami, Florida, who slipped up a little bit this season, but is still a top 15 team. They lost on the road by 3. They lost to Texas A&M, who's obviously now a top 3 team in the country. They lost to them by 1. Then proceeded to beat Purdue by 26, Arkansas by 43, Boise by 21, NC State by 29, USC by 10, Boston College by 15, Navy by 39, and now Pitt by 22.
Yeah, they're an absolute buzzsaw. Jeremiah Love should be considered to be in this Heisman race. You see it by a couple people online, but like it's a quarterback award. CJ Carr playing well, had 2 picks on Saturday, but obviously didn't matter in the end of it. My only concern with Notre Dame is the fact their coach is Marcus Freeman, and he kind of has a little bit of that James Franklin in him, if you will. So
Which is
it's gonna be
coincidentally who he
interesting.
beat in his in the biggest win of his career. Was he just barely beat the most notorious choker in college football, who has a new job, by the way. But I'm sure we'll touch on that before we move on to the NFL. But yeah, Notre Dame looks really good. Jeremiah Love, I'm telling you, man, it sucks that they lost those first 2 games and that he didn't get off to a hot start because it seems like that did him in for the season. James Franklin has a new home.
Yeah.
He's going to Virginia Tech. Did at some point we say that on here? I think we may have.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think we may have. If anyone out there listening remembers us saying James Franklin to Virginia Tech, I think we may have said that. But seems like a good fit. Seems like a good fit for him. A good program, a program that's going to have support, but one that has been so in the dumps lately that he will get a long leash to turn around that program.
Yeah. I mean, they're
Good
going to
fit.
be
Good fit.
They're going to be excited with an 8-4, 9-3, the occasional 10-2. I mean, the job security for this guy is
Should be
real nice.
Should be, yeah, should be. And like you said, 8-3, the James Franklin special. But then again, if you're at Virginia Tech, you're not playing Ohio State.
Yeah,
His bugaboo. You're not playing Michigan, a team that had gone back and forth with Penn State in the past. So, yeah, really interesting. The Packers, they continue to be incredibly confusing. Did not play well against the Giants.
Yeah.
But they got the win.
Yeah, win's a win. Unfortunately, our guy, Jameis Winston, didn't get done, but he covered for Miles, so shout out. But yeah, this Packers team, what a letdown from that first week against the Lions. Everyone was super high on them and
was ready to pencil them into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fun couple weeks for the Packers, that's for sure.
What is up, everybody, and happy Feast Week. It is an awesome week in college basketball. Have a lot of multi-team events going on. Of course, we have the famous Maui Invitational, a great slate last year or the year before. Little bit of a less slate. NC State, Texas, USC, Boise State, and Coppin State. And then a new tournament out in Vegas, heavily tied with NIL. The winner gets $1 million, and that is the tournament you need to watch. We got St. John's, Iowa State, Alabama, Gonzaga, Houston, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, Kansas, UNLV, Syracuse, and Oregon. Give me some awesome matchups there. A little bit of the lesser ones, we have Balfour Atlantis with Vandy, Western Kentucky, St. Mary's, VCU, and Virginia Tech. ESPN Events Invitational, BYU's in that with AJ DiBasante, obviously a highly touted prospect right now. Miami, Florida in that, as well as Georgetown and Dayton. The really ones for the sickos, we have the Acrisure Invitational with St. Louis, Santa Clara, Minnesota, and Stanford. And then also in the ESPN event Invitational, we have Illinois State and Richmond. Forgot to mention them. But this Players Era Championship is kind of taking over the Maui Invitational for Feast Week. Some awesome matchups. The format is absolutely absurd. It's not a bracket. It is a pot of 10 teams and 8 teams, I believe. And it's like determined by play differential. So it's going to be super interesting to see how these games play out, what the format is like. It's heavily tied with the NIL. It actually kicked off right now at noon. We have Tennessee and Rutgers playing right now. We have an awesome matchup tonight with Notre Dame. Kansas is playing. That's going to be an interesting one. But the highlight of the night, you need to watch St. John's, Iowa State. Both teams revolve around their defense. It's going to be a low-scoring, gritty game. Obviously, both teams are really good, both top 20 teams. We have also Syracuse, Houston later on tonight. Oregon, Auburn going to be an awesome one. And then Gonzaga, Bama is going to be the nightcap of the Player Era Festival out in Vegas. Obviously, that's going to be a top must-watch. I know Feast Week kind of kicks off the college basketball season for a lot of folks, and we got an awesome one with this new Player Era Festival is what they're calling it. NIL Era is here. Make sure to tune in. It's going to be awesome hoops all week, so stay tuned for more.
I got to be honest with you, man. I do not like Lane Kiffin at all. It's just really, this whole saga has completely solidified that.
We've got breaking news out of Happy Valley, Pennsylvania. Penn State has their next coach. They are hiring former Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell to be the next head coach of Penn State. Now, let me tell you, we've all seen the week Penn State has had, striking out here, striking out there, the whole thing with BYU and crumble cookies and this, that. What an answer from Penn State. If you're a Penn State fan, you have to be excited about this. Matt Campbell's a tremendous football coach. People forget Iowa State is like historically one of the worst programs in college football. He's turned them into a consistent 8+ win team, consistent big-time bowl contender in that Big 12. So Matt Campbell is going to Penn State, a shocker. I did not see this coming. We'll talk about it more on the pod this upcoming week. But breaking news, Matt Campbell to Penn State.
The only thing, you know what helps Texas A&M? What's that? The fact that they're not playing in a conference championship game.
True.
That helps them, strangely.
I think there's 2 teams that are missing from this, Tanner. I think Notre Dame got screwed. I think BYU also got screwed in this one. I have just a plethora of tweets in regards to that. I'll just dive into that now. So 7 days before this college football playoff bracket came out, Notre Dame was 9, Bama 10, 11 Miami. Neither Notre Dame played. Neither Notre Dame nor Miami played. Alabama gets blown out. Alabama jumps them 2. And then Kirk Herbstreit, of course, with ESPN, said, I don't think teams should ever be punished by by playing in the conference championship. Clearly, that statement doesn't stand because BYU got absolutely screwed.
Well, in fairness, I don't think teams should be punished for playing in the conference championship game only if you're Alabama. Because
True.
they are going to stick exactly where they were. But Ohio State, and who else lost in there? BYU and there was one more. Ohio State, BYU, and maybe it was just them two. Will get punished for losing in the conference championship.
Yeah, because you're right. It was just them two. They dropped for losing in there.
BYU dropped all the way out.
Just absolutely crazy. Like RG3 mentioned, kind of same lines. Alabama did end up losing. More losses and a really bad loss to 5-7 Florida State team. No one wants to mention that. BYU has more wins than Miami, better strength of schedule than Miami. BYU has a better strength of record than Miami. They lost to Texas Tech twice, which not great, but Miami lost to unranked SMU in Louisville. I know I believe SMU was ranked at the time. But it just seems there were BYU. I just don't understand how you put in Alabama, who got beat worse in their conference championship, and put them in. Well, I obviously this is a rhetorical question because we all know the answer, but BYU got absolutely screwed.
Yeah, this angers me to my absolute.
Yeah, not playing in the bowl game. Brandon Walker put it up best. They picked up their ball and went home and said, "I'm not playing anymore."
Yep. It's
and that's basically it. That's basically it.
5 who, I don't even. They thought the ball hit the ground in recess, and it didn't. And then when it went the wrong way, they crossed their arms and said, "I'm not playing anymore." Like you said,
Give me my ball. I'm going home.
Yeah. Like I can't think, it's easier said than done. But my goodness, I cannot think of a better way than to lace them up, play one more time, and beat the living daylights out of your opponent in a bowl game. I can't think of a better way. And all of those seniors that are looking to try and make the playoff, they don't get in, and then they just we're not playing in a bowl game, and then your season's over. There's a lot of seniors who won't make the NFL. Their football career is over. That is just so beyond. I don't even know. I'm not frustrated because I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I don't really care what they do, but at the same time, it just bothers me as someone who, when I was younger, played sports, and it's just that mindset is awful to me. If I'm a Notre Dame fan, I'm pissed at them.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. I personally don't like it, but
the only legitimate reason to skip out on a bowl game is if you are going through major head coaching. Iowa
State, Kansas State.
Perfectly fine. Their head coach is off. They got to bring the new coach in. He can't get there and coach a team that he hasn't recruited. It makes no sense for them to play in a bowl game. That's totally fine. What was the other one you said?
K-State also.
Yeah, sure. Notre Dame, because you're whiny about not making the playoffs, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Supposedly it was a team decision. I don't buy that for a second.
I say when he says his decision, he probably called it his captains. Sure, Jeremiah Love. This isn't a shot at Jeremiah Love at all. I'm sure Jeremiah Love would love to make the playoffs, but I'm sure he's not all that. He's not all that.
Yeah.
Because he has a future in the NFL. And I could be way off base with this. Maybe he literally went to every single
Yeah.
and asked. I could be way off base, but man, that just really bothers me. And I really think, and I guarantee you, even if it was like a majority of the seniors don't want to play, I guarantee you there are some seniors that would have loved to have played, finished out their career, but they got outvoted.
Yeah.
And now they will never play football again.
Yeah, for sure.
And that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
Did you see Joel Klatt's comments?
I did not.
Oh, I will break this to you in real time here. I got to pull it up, but I like Joel Klatt.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a worse take on the internet.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a worse take on the internet. I want to find the whole quote. This is a long one. Ready?
Okay.
The NCAA basketball tournament is a joke. It's the dumbest tournament and the least fair tournament in all of sports. We put teams at odd times in neutral sites in a one-game affair. That doesn't sound like a true champion. He later went on to say, we don't want Cinderellas. We want the best teams playing each other at the end. The NCAA basketball tournament is a joke. That's what he said before. We don't want Cinderellas. We want the best teams playing each other at the end. And then he went on to say that it's a joke in the worst postseason because it doesn't like a true champion. Look.
Yeah, that might be one of the worst takes of all time.
I haven't seen one single person anywhere be like, yeah, I agree with that.
That's crazy.
Because this is what he's missing. He's missing he could not be further off the mark. We do want to see Cinderellas. That's what makes sports sports. What do you think is thought about more often? The Florida Gulf Coast run, the George Mason run, the Loyola Chicago run, or that one time when we had the all blue bloods in the
Yeah.
Final Four, or just last year when we had all one seeds. Which
Yeah.
one makes thought about more?
Yeah, the Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, Dunk City, come on.
Like, it's just I hate this take. Sports are driven by underdogs. It's what makes us watch. Like, why would we watch if the better team is always going to win? McCollum had some comments about that, and the moral of the story was like, I hate how we call this is a basketball school, this is a football school. Like, why can't we build a basketball program here?
Yeah.
And he's like, and he literally looked at the camera, and the reporter, and he said, like, we will get this arena full.
Yeah.
We will. And I was just like, ooh. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. If that doesn't get you hyped down,
and that one I can understand. I mean, I can't, but I can. For a program that's as down as we are and just trying to revitalize it back on a weekend against a cupcake team on the night of the weekend of a blizzard. I get it. I don't really get it, but I get it. Please, God, at the athletic program and the fans, give Coach McCollum and the team proper support the rest of the year. This team is good. They can play. You saw it on Thursday. Please, God, respect it and respect the program. Go watch them play. Get Carver Loud. Program, give them what they need. Like, I please.
Yeah.
We have a special one who wants it more than anything. And the fans need to show out. Please, God.
Yeah.
You have a best moment?
Best moment. I mean, the 999 challenge.
Yeah.
That's got to be up there, right?
That's a good one.
That one was electric.
That's actually won that game, too. So, there's that.
Yes, shout out. Shout out the Meds.
Nolan McLean's first start turned into a pretty damn good pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that one, off the top of my head, yeah. You got one?
I mean, I can't think of anything other than that. What else?
I mean, triple dipper controversy
Triple
with
dipper
Brandon was
that
was good. But
any Mount Rushmore? Yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
guess
Mount
just by
Rushmore.
default.
You picking Kirby as an honorable.
Yeah, that's a good
bar
one.
fight. That was a good one.
I mean, he's pretty unstoppable.
No arguments here, man. No arguments here. But make sure to check that out. Should be a fun little recap on the year. Again, on YouTube, Crunch Time with the N326 duo. The clock has run out on this one, but we'll see you next year on Crunch Time.
Happy holidays, everybody.
And that is going to wrap up the 2025 recap of Crunch Time with the N326 duo. Thank you so much for supporting us, whether it was on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. We appreciate all the love and support y'all have shown us in 2025 and can't wait to show y'all what we have in store for 2026. But the clock has run out on 2025, but we'll see you on the next one in 2026.